it was a few months since me and Husk opened a little retreat for people to go and have fun. Just party with friends, nothing too special. It was quite entertaining. Me and Husk had a good time. And honestly, even though his body was affecting my emotions, deep down, I was still myself. Even if it was hidden under Alastor's fearsomeness, under his cut-in personality, and under his charm and southern accent and violent tendencies. I was still me, and I was a fanboy at heart. I enjoyed speaking to Husk. I enjoyed having this place. And honestly, it made me start thinking, what if I could have fun with other characters? As everything was going great, I had an idea to have even more fun. I would meet more characters early on and interact with them. It would be a great time. Honestly, I was thinking of, but before I could even finish that thought, something would happen. The TV would turn on. As they were going to announce Extermination Day for the first time, Adam showed up. Looky here, losers. It's time for some extermination. I hope you're all ready, because I know I am. Adam laughed as he started to play a guitar solo and say some things that were obscene. As I would simply sigh, as everyone else looked up scared, I had an idea and said, "Don't worry, I will protect all of you." Husk said, "Really?" "Yeah! How hard can it be? Besides, I have a perfect idea." Husk would say, "What is that?" "We'll hide underground. You see, the angels may come down here, but they're not quite smart. They'll focus on all the civilians they see below them, but they won't be able to look underground, because, well, they'll be too dumb." Husk says, You think so?" "Oh, I know so. Adam is nothing but a infuriating little kid that never grew up with an inflated ego. He'll never look underground. He'll lead the attacks above ground. Of course, we can't have too many people below ground, otherwise it'll get obvious where we're hiding. So we need only certain people able to go under. Certain people who are important. Maybe an elite club," I started to think. As I walked over Vox, as I was thinking of starting a new elite club, a place where everyone could be safe, a nice underground bunker for every single extermination day. That way we could just all sit back and relax. I mean, true, I did know we could fight back with angelic weapons. However, I planned to keep everyone hidden, at least for now. You see, I needed this to go perfectly, because, well, if all these characters are alive and get sick of hiding under a bunker, maybe they'll help Charlie. Maybe they'll join the hotel. Maybe interesting things will happen. I don't know, but honestly, I was very excited. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was such a fanboy. I kept geeking out, in other terms. As I walked in there, I looked at all Vox and Val's plan. As Val looked at me and said, you look kinda cute. Tell me, do you wanna have some fun with Val?" I looked at him, and honestly, part of my personality was tempted because I was quite desperate. However, since Alastor's personality had a lot of hold over me, I looked at him and said, "Ha, no." Val said, "Worth a try. So, why are you here?" Vox would say, "Yeah, you're the muscles." I would look at him and say, "Are you calling me dumb?" As suddenly, my eyes would turn red as my bones would begin to crack as I grew antlers. And Vox would say, "No, I'm not." He would nervously laugh. "Good. I had a plan, like our own private club. We would build a bunker underground to protect us from these big bad exterminators. We don't know how strong they are. We can observe and wait and watch for a weakness so we can strike back, as we're safe in the vault. That being said, we can't let too many people in, otherwise they might hear word of it. Only the most elite shall be in. Us three, and maybe some of our pals, some other overlords, if we're good enough friends with them." Vox and Val would look at each other as they both smiled and said, "You know what? That's a great idea," as they began instruction on it. However, a vault would take a long time to construct, and the exorcists were coming next year. We didn't know if we had enough time. Even with the magic, we wanted it to be foolproof. We wanted it to be underground, have a secret entrance, be big enough to fit 100 overlords, and so many other stuff. to make sure that it's the most top of the line ever. But until then, we needed to figure out a plan. You see, even though we were new and our business was expanding, we couldn't compete with other overlords in certain territories. Certain territories were too closed off, too monopolized, but then I had a plan. You see, once Extermination Day comes, many clubs that have been here for decades, some even for centuries, will be wiped out. And once it is, we can expand. You see, I'm going to offer people a 10% deal. We take 10% of their earnings and they keep the rest. Usually it's way cheaper. Overlords are known for making soul contracts, as these soul contracts will be able to control others that force them into their will. But me, more people will be way more willing to work for me just for a 10% fee. Now, I'm not a good guy. No, I still have my radio show, and honestly, I don't really care about the money. But what I do care about are these vaults. You see, I had a plan. I can make a paradise for myself, a perfect radio, a nice place to be, a little place to escape time. I'll make it like a time capsule from the 1930s. Everything will be perfect in there. And I want to make it great. And the best way I could do that is, well, get in a lot of money. And this way will be great. Even no matter how good my deal is, no one will make an offer if they're stuck under someone's contract. But these exorcists will destroy so many sinners. New ones will come by to take their place. And they all will be coming to make a deal with me, the overlord with no soul contract. It was a foolproof plan. So as the months passed, eventually it came a year, as me, Val, and Vox were in our vault on Extermination Day. It was a little tiny thing. We weren't finished with it yet. It was going to be massive, the size of an entire city. One day, overlords and all kinds of important sinners will be there. But now is not the time for that. Now is the time to wait things out for my plan to come into fruition. As Extermination Day started, we had cameras as we all began to watch the angels to see how brutal they were. And brutal they are. They destroyed sinners, not caring who they were. Women, children, it didn't matter. They were all destroyed. The city was laid to ruin as we watched. We've never seen this much carnage before. We've seen turf wars, we've seen overlords fight. We've never seen anything like this. We all watched in shock. We knew it was going to be bad, but not this. This is just destruction. Pure destruction. As we watched destruction for 24 hours straight until they all went back up. It seems like a lot of places were destroyed. It was now time to start my plan. As my plan started, it would actually go off without a hitch, believe it or not. Factories were built, clubs were built, fun places, all kinds of things were built up. And true, there were still people under the Overlord's control. A lot of them were destroyed, and I was able to spread everywhere. Now, most of these places were just small shops, nothing of pure, notice. However, this was genius because it went under the radar, and it will for a long time. True, eventually they'll find out about my scheme, but for now, my money was flowing everywhere, and my influence spread across the city, more than Val and Vox. Val and Vox didn't think of it. However, they would find out since I shared a little bit with them, because, well, I was a kind chap, and they were impressed with all this money I was making. However, they wanted to put their name on everything, and they were kind of bummed out that they couldn't do that because it was kind of a secret takeover. But Vox didn't mind too much, and he would have to shut up Val because Val, is very narcissistical. However, the money kept flowing, and our business was more and more successful. And this was another part of my plan. The plan to control the entire city, to truly pull all of the strings. Why? Because, well, it's entertaining, let's be honest. Money, power, that can all be fun, but it's entertaining to truly control things and simply watch what happens. And that is where we're going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And before you go, I have a very, very important message for all of you. The Has Been video, my most popular one, where Charlie dies, it got demonetized. I asked for manual review, and they still demonetized it. So, that's over. Most popular video doesn't make money anymore. And that's scary, because what video will it come after next? However, all my other videos are still monetized, and hopefully they change the policy, and that's what happened, and they're not going to gun down my whole channel, but you never know. And I'll keep you all updated on what happens. Please like and subscribe. I love you all.